What's up, my laughing lights? Bringing you another One Piece starter deck match. This time, Eustass green versus Crocodile blue. Getting to show off the green starter deck this time, which ends up being for now, ends up being a lot of the supernovas. So like X-Drake, Hawkins, Trafalgar. I guess technically Zoro and Luffy, but they're not in the deck. But it is what it is. Just still doing a couple starter deck matches. I think, it's gonna be One Piece Wednesday for a while. I think I want to show off, take it slow, show off each of the decks one at a time, and then their matchups against each other. I'm not really gonna focus on the meta of the first booster set, any meta decks from that yet. It's just too early for me, and bringing up the proxies is probably gonna be a little annoying. So we'll do it this way for a while, just to like drip feed some content, and once the first booster sets are officially out, then I'll start, really figuring out what my plan is going to be for the decks. And blue just plays I forget his name, Buggy the Clown, because he's a Shichibukai or whatever, Seven Warlord. For 1 mana, I think one of the important, every card game has its way to break, right? Digimon, it's like you don't see your proper levels. Oh, green plays Bonnie. Bonnie is actually insane because you get to play her for 1 and then tap 1 of your mana, but he didn't do it. And then you get to search for a supernova card. And in this game, a search card that replaces it, or a card that replaces itself for hand advantage is really good. So this Bonnie being able to play with the Bonnie and then get a card after is kind of huge. He misplays the cost. You're actually supposed to, so it's actually tap 1 for the Bonnie herself, and then her ability also have to tap 1 and then tap her. So that other Dawn should be tapped, but it's not a big deal. Blue player plays Weevil. Strong card. Vanillas are gonna, just like in Digimon in the early days, vanillas are gonna be strong. The Crocodile attacks the Bonnie. You need to get rid of the Bonnie. The second that it starts drawing your opponent multiple cards, that's when these little searchers get kind of crazy, because they're reusable. Unlike Digimon, a lot of these searchers, you just tap them for their effects, and you start drawing so much cards that's insane. But anyway, to my earlier point, like every card game has its way to break, right? Magic, you don't see any lands. In the old days, Vanguard, like if you didn't see your rides correctly, like it was a mess. Ride chain, I think it's called ride chains. But now they have the ride deck. That might be a different meta. It doesn't matter. I don't know anything about Vanguard. But in this game, it's kind of like Magic, where if you don't see your mana curve, like a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, kind of like that. Not exactly like that, but like that's the essence of how you can break. It can get pretty bad. Like in the blue deck, by the time you have 3 Dawn, you really want to see that card. I forget her name, but it's the card that lets you search out a Pacifista from the deck. Not seeing that on curve kind of slows you down a lot. And green player kind of wastes his kid, plays kid. Kid has an killer. Killer has an on play to kill a card that's rested, but there's no rested card, so he can't kill it. And then plays a beige, which is just a blocker. Blockers are really valuable in this game right now. Just because if your opponent's swinging with, and there's the searcher card. Is that enough Dawn? Yeah, it is. No, is that? No. Oh no, the blue player misplayed too. So the card that lets you summon Pacifistas actually requires you to have a Dawn under it too, I think. And then swings with a Crocodile and take 1 damage for free. And then he's going to swing with Weevil, but he's going to counter with a Heat for 1k. And just going to pass turn. So my earlier point was more like, if you don't see your curve, it's really hard for you. But blockers are really important, because like, let's say your opponent commits a lot of damage under 1 card, and it would take you like 6 counters to counter that attack. A blocker is just 1 card, right? So it's really like, it's one of those things where it's like blockers are really efficient at blocking like really important damage numbers, right? I'm gonna give the kid 2 Dawn, and he's gonna swing at Crocodile. We're teaching people how to actually properly attack. And he swings with the kid, and Crocodile takes the damage, but still playing Yu-Gi-Oh rules, so not suspending our attacks yet. Still learning. I mean, people come from different card games all the time, and these are literally proxies we're playing. So there's gonna be plenty of mistakes. Both players have already had some, so it's not. Plays another Trafalgar Law. So an interesting part of this game is that you can only have 5 characters on the board, plus your leader. So now the blue player is kind of locked, and he can't summon more Pacifistas with that one card. And the Pacifistas, getting free Pacifistas from the deck is actually kind of, because they're 6k. So once you have like a full board of Pacifistas, you just kind of just keep swinging at the leader, and they have to keep spending resources to save it. Uses a Kobe. Kobe's actually pretty good, 6k vanilla, but also a 1k counter. And then he's going to use Repel to give his leader a 4k to block the attack. And then he's going to swing Crocodile. He's running low on cards, but he's going to use a Veto, another 1k counter to block the attack. Which is unfortunate because I feel like he could have used a lot. Oh, he's going to try to summon Akuma, but he already has 5 characters on board. So he's probably going to take that back in a second. Yeah. And I think from what I've heard from, like, you know, I want to say my research, but watching YouTube videos and stuff, I've definitely heard that the Eustass Kid deck is the strongest deck just because the leader is so good. So what the leader lets you do is you can discard a card from your hand to restand him and then swing again. So you can swing twice on the same turn with Eustass. And in a game where, you know, every swing matters, you could just start swinging with Eustass early game, like for very little investment, and that just gets crazy. Swings the Apu, but doesn't tap a Dawn, so definitely still learning. And plays X-Drake. X-Drake's actually kind of cool. He should have swung. No, wait, he just spawned the X-Drake. We're just gonna counter, I think, Echo Moria since Apu's only 3k. But the blue player has so much advantage here. And he needs to, I think, an interesting part of this game is, like, he kind of wants to get rid of this Buggy the Clown. There's no easy way to do it. Like, I mean, you could bounce it yourself because there's some cool bounce interaction with some of the cheap spells in this game. But he's gonna swing with the Buggy 3k. Oh, he's gonna put a couple Dawn under. He's gonna swing with the Buggy. He's gonna swing at the leader, and the leader's he's going to spend another Veto counter, leaving with 1 card in hand. All right, block. Pacifista, take the damage. Yeah, player's just locked in with the cards in his hand, or the cards on board. He can't summon anything, and he's saving the I forget its name. I'm just gonna call it the Pacifista Summoner. He's not swinging with the Pacifista Summoner because he wants to lose one of his other bodies on board, so then he could just get a Pacifista, right? Because a 6k would be way better than the Buggy, and a little better than the Weevil, but like those 2 cards have just been locked on the board. When it plays a 7-drop Eustass Kid. So this guy, as long as he has, like, I think it's like 1 or 2 Dawn under him, he can essentially reboot if you play Digimon. Basically, you swing with him, and then when the turn passes, he'll restand himself, and he won't be vulnerable. He's gonna swing with the X-Drake. I think X-Drake's really good, just because, like, when he suspends or rests himself, I guess it's called in this game, he'll give everybody all supernovas and navies 1k. So this swing with the Eustass Kid is actually 6k. But I don't think they accounted for that. Oh well. Or maybe it's characters. I think it might be only characters, so the leader doesn't get it, which is fine. So that's another, like, yeah. So mechanics in this game are very, like, start becoming pretty specific, they'll specifically word like if it affects a character or a leader, and all those little things matter. So just shoving as much down as he can under this buggy. This buggy is crazy. He's gonna block and then counter. Oh, okay. So the Eustass, yeah, the Eustass. Oh, but the Eustass is a 7K blocker, so that makes sense. This blocker is actually kind of wild. He restands himself, and you can just, you know, he's already 7K, so that makes it makes getting through it so hard. Oh, 1K counter with the X-Drake. No, the X-Drake is leaders, so they just didn't account for it when they swung. So just playing a little bit. Sentomaru. It's a guy? This whole time I thought it was a girl. And just blocking everything he can. And then turn pass. So now the green player has just gotta, he's either just gotta win, which I don't think he can. No, he could. He's got a bunch of swings. He could just win, I think. Oh no, the blue player's got a lot of counter cards in hand. If I were the green player, I would shove at least 2 Dawn. I would shove at least 2 Dawn under each X-Drake and Eustass. And then I would shove a bunch of Dawn under Apu. He should be at like, what? He's at like 10 Dawn. So you could do 3, 3, and 4. No, maybe it's better if to do 2. No, yeah, not 3. See, this is like where it gets really interesting, because like in theory, if he does his Dawn correctly, he could win this turn, right? Because if he just makes a lot of money, see, had to block with 2 Boa Hancocks, 1K counters to block this swing. So if he made these next 3 attacks unblockable, it would be huge. Swing. Okay, he's gonna counter, he's gonna block and then bounce his own blocker. Okay, he's gonna take the damage. And then the kid can swing twice. Oh, he's just gonna pass turn? Oh, that's a throw. No, that's a throw. That's so sad. I think if he just swings twice with the Eustass kid, like I said, he can restand himself. It's over. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, now the blue player just does the same thing back. He has all these swings, all the land. Might as well, oh, bounce the blocker. And yeah. Swing with Crocodile. He's got 3, 4 cards in hand. There's no way they're all counters. I would swing with the Pacifista. Put a good amount of sources under the Pacifista. Buggy swings for 5K, forcing 1 counter. 3 cards left in hand. Swing with the Weevil, forces 1 counter. Swing with the Pacifista, and that's game. Just runs out of counters. I mean, like I said, this game kind of ends anticlimactically, but I'm pretty sure the green player could have won a little earlier on his last turn if he just swung with the Eustass kid twice, which he didn't. Probably just didn't remember that you can swing with your leader or something. But yeah. So you guys, I've printed out my own proxies, so I'll definitely be able to do my own starter deck matches. So look forward to that. I'm gonna keep One Piece Wednesday a thing for a while, and see you guys next time. Please subscribe.